All aboard, and welcome to SimCity4. This is CaliJack's version of Salt Lake City. I'm currently working on redoing some things here at a power plant that I have that I want to kind of do some changes to. So I'm kind of changing the way the water flow went into it for the cooling ponds and the accumulation pond. So that's my intake pond there. And I need an end piece to go right here. And then I need, there's a T end piece. Where is it? T end. Right there. Now I need my corner. So that I can do the corner, and then the standard straight end piece again on both sides of that road. And then I need a straight piece. So inflow, outflow, and then this is going to be a secondary outflow. Actually, I can clean that up a little bit. I just realized something. That's not how it goes if I want this to work right. There we go. And then do a 3 tile and a fancy little bridge across. Do myself a corner. And then here, I'm going to do a corner out. Regular corner, and then a straight piece. Actually, we're going to put the bridge on it so that we can say this is a maintenance area so they can get it back here and mow. Here we go. And then because that's a dead area, I'm going to kind of decorate it with something fancy. Bunch of weeds in the back area, and then up front we're going to do something totally different. We'll give them a gazebo there. That helps reduce pollution. There we go. Kind of a nice little thing here. This here's the state office complex in Salt Lake City slowly taking shape. I'm using irrigation canals instead of the Jordan River. I straightened my version of the Jordan River to go under a housing area and come out at a slightly different spot. Technically, it should all the way be over here at Redwood Road already. But I'm not doing that. If I seem a bit quieter than normal today, it is because my throat is very raw. I had something get stuck in my throat and it took forever to cough it out today. And I got a dead area here that I was going to build a pond in. Not that there's really a pond, but I'm doing it. Water retention. Structure here. Make a little water drain structure here. And to justify it, I'm going to make it look like it's got a culvert flowing into it that then joins the stream. Which justifies our new look here. Actually, I'm going to do a different exit there. Do a T. And then another T. And another T. Make it sort of a complex little thing here. Do a straight section out. Oops. Straight without a bridge. No, that's a 3. And then this and this. There we go. Scroll on up through all my parks. Yeah, I got a lot of packs loaded in here, guys. Awful lot of add-on stuff, but it's cool. Putting in a nice little gazebo there. To justify that, and then here we're just going to throw in some trees. All right. I'm kind of just looking to see what I got. Realize this is not an accurate version of Salt Lake City. This is my version. And we're working now what would be the area north of 1300. So this would be the Avenues area and Rose Park, Glendale areas. Just kind of enjoying It's not accurate, so don't get upset if you see something that doesn't look right to you. That's just because maybe my version of Salt Lake's different than yours. It's if I had been in charge of laying that out. Which is why everybody lives in fear of me ever getting that kind of power. Now, to sort of fund all the things I've done, because I am running, well, I'm not too bad. I'm actually making almost $3,000 a month. I still want to expand. I've got room for a lot more housing to come in. Oh, yeah. And then we'll dezone some now defunct farmland and drop some trees and weeds into it. Just a few. And then go back here and scroll back up to those weeds. Because I like weeds. And in Salt Lake, you get a lot of weeded lots like that in that part of town. At least along the canals and such. Do a weeded lot there that's good. The various channels of my version of Salt Lake City's streams. Back down to the stream section here, not the canals this time, but to the streams. I'm going to grab the T section. There we go. Make it look like we had a little original stream and then a fast run channel. I've got quite a few little oxbows along this section too, along with a little wilderness park I've created. That doesn't really exist, but I put one in. And as our city's growing, we're going to take a step back for a second. Current population of this part is 25,000 is only. Should be up around 50, but I'm going slow. I'm doing it my way, and I'm building it my way. My version of State Street actually runs a little bit further west than theirs, the original. Most of the east-wests are roughly in the right position, though. Roughly. And we're going to see what we can do here. Come on back down to canals because we're working a canal section here. As you can see, I kind of did a culvert underneath the intersection so it shows that it does this, but it's underground the whole way. Lets me add a little bit of business right here in that strip, or some park down the road. Probably some park. Thinking I'm going to put a small little business right there. And then another one there. Just, some little convenience store type shops starting to drop in. Still pretty much agricultural land out here in this part of town at this point in my run. And as I put in my little change to the canal system here. One problem with a canal pack is it tends to put the business end towards a road. So does a stream, so I should be used to it, but not really. Going back through all my sound walls to streams. Get my end where I don't care. Gonna blast. There we go. Now it's letting me get to it. Gonna do a T like this to show a new infall stream. And we're going to be nice and give everybody a pathway across between the two wooded areas. And then along here on the east side of the put some spruce trees, make myself a windrow. There we go. Scroll down and find a couple shade trees. There we go. See if they'll stick those in. Yeah. Add some shade trees into that as well. At this time, I'm not taking out much of the farmland and the little parcels that are left, leaving it behind. So backing out so you can kind of see, this is the whole of it. This would be your North Salt Lake area. County line would be something like this. Comes up to here and then goes diagonal out into the lake. This farmland is mostly marshland and ranch land, actually. So I've got to start working a way to start marshing that up down the road so that it becomes a little bit more realistic, but leaves some of the farms to indicate the farms that are out there. Also got to finish the section of the surplus canal. I'm going to lay it in a spot that's a little bit different, keep it a little bit tighter in. It's going to move up to about here to take and cross over and into the next map, and then it'll do its northward run up to the lake. This is actually one of the many ponds, if I remember right, on the lake. Dump is not in the right spot. I'm showing this dump. I just needed a dump at the time and didn't want to put one all the way out and try to take and do neighbor deals when it wasn't connected. Got my railroads, got my Victory Drive in. I did not do the third west thing yet. I've got to build it in. Other than that, things are looking pretty good. Kind of have the golf course in the wrong spot. The golf course should be over here at Redwood Road and up a little bit further north. But it's my version, not everybody else's. I do have a traffic issue along 1300, and I've got to start working it. I also had one on the inflow-outflow right here that I had to work. So I'm going to be doing some work on those. I am going to go ahead and do a save and step out to region, so you can kind of see the regional map and get a feel. Names are not the correct names. It's kind of what I chose. So instead of South Salt Lake, this and West Valley, this became Valley Heart to indicate that it was laid out in a different way. I could have gone in and fixed the map divider, but I just went with what the uploader of the map, the base map, and his little city divisions was. I kind of liked having the big one there instead of a big one over here and a big one over here. This would have been right. These should be the little guys, and then all these should be little guys, but there should be some other smaller ones. Like Kearns really is a small community and really would only be this stretch right here. So, you know, I could have divided this into a 4. But I've still yet to figure out how to take and do those little maps and things to take and do the map editing. And like I said, oh, I thought that was one of the lagoons. It's one of the lagoons off of the lake. Okay, these here were the lakes in northwest quadrant. Magna, where the Great Salt Lake City earthquake occurred about 7 years ago now. So I've got quite a few places here to take and build up, start working on, and get working right. Draper really is down here, and Sandy, it would be a narrower thing. Sandy would be slightly larger, going all the way over to the hills here. But we're working things. We're working things. I'm doing things my way, not the way everybody else wants. Corner Canyon, a few other things. We'll figure them out. I'm CaliJack. This has been How Not to Game with CaliJack. But in SimCity, the only way not to game is to incur the wrath of the various disasters. Have a great day, a better one than I'm having, I hope.